The night is dark and full of terror, or is that the ocean? Today, we have the top 10 unexplained deep-sea mysteries, from sunken temples and missing submarines to unexplainable phenomena. Here we go. Number 10. The Bloop. First up on our list, we have one of the strangest and least likely sounds you'd hear from the depth of the ocean. Hearing a bloop sound might not be a strange occurrence. It is, however, considering terrifying when that sound is one of the loudest sounds ever recorded in South America's southern coast. Louder than the loudest recorded animal, the blue whale. In 1997, this oddity was recorded by the US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Since then, any explanation was just speculation. The sound, which sounds like, well, a bloop, was so powerful and at such a low frequency that it couldn't have possibly belonged to any known creature. One of the experts of the NOAA, Dr. Christopher Fox, doesn't believe that the sound was from a natural event such as an earthquake or a volcano, nor does he think it was man-made, like a bomb or a submarine. The last explanation is that it was the sound of an iceberg fracturing, but even that is debatable. Number 9. Following up on our previous point, another sound that was recorded on March 1st, 1999 has continued to baffle everyone who's ever heard it. This sound, which has been dubbed as the Julius Sound, was so unbelievably loud that it was heard over the entire equatorial Pacific Ocean autonomous hydrophone array and over about 3,000 miles. The Julius Sound goes on for 15 entire seconds. It resembles a distressed creature whining or calling out. What creature could have possibly made such a colossally loud sound? Was it an underwater event like an iceberg moving? Although these haven't been released, someday satellite images picked up on a mysterious and massive shadow moving over where the Julius Sound is thought to have come from. Number 8. Yonaguni Complex. Proof of the ancient lost city of Mu? We'll see. Located off the coast of Yonaguni, the southernmost of the Ryukyu Islands in Japan, you'll find the last thing you'd expect to see underwater, an entire complex of rock structures. What is now known as the Yonaguni Complex was first noticed in 1986. Since then, archaeologists have flocked to the complex in hopes of discovering answers to its mysterious origins. Masaki Kumara, a marine geologist at the University of Ryukyu, wholeheartedly believes it's the 5,000-year-old ruins of a Japanese Atlantis, the lost continent of Mu. The ruins cover 984 feet by 492 feet. Kimura believes you can make out the shape of a castle, 5 temples, a large stadium, all connected by roads and water channels. The most prominent feature is the monolithic pyramid that's 500 feet long, 130 feet wide, and 90 feet tall. Some people believe that the structure is natural, but sharp edges show a different tale. Number 7. The Baltic Anomaly. Aliens, Star Wars, or the all-powerful Mother Nature, we don't know who's behind this. 300 feet under the surface of the Baltic Sea, Ocean X explorers discovered a UFO-like shape. It came to their attention when their devices went haywire at that one particular spot. They described the 210-foot-long Baltic Anomaly as a diameter circular object with ramps, stairways, and features that couldn't possibly be attributed to natural formations. Leading up the anomaly is a 985-foot flattened-out runway path, which is even stranger as it looks like the anomaly might have slid down that pathway. Besides the popular UFO theory we want to believe, there are a couple of other explanations behind the Baltic Anomaly. It could have been a way-off meteorite or asteroid, or we can credit a volcano with this strange formation. The more fun theories suggest it's a portal to another world, an underwater Stonehenge, or a forgotten alien tech. Number 6. Bimini Road. Is Bimini Road the entrance to the legendary Atlantis? At number 6, we're discussing Bimini Road. Located near North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, 20 feet below the surface is an eerie discovery. An entire half-mile long underwater rock formation lies. All kinds of scientists and experts examined Bimini Road, or Bimini Wall, and could not find any plausible reason behind the formation of these pavement-like rocks. The stone pathway could have been anything from a wall, a road, a pier, or any other man-made structure. The stones are almost meticulously cut at right angles and set in perfectly straight lines. Each rock is roughly 10 feet by 10 feet. Even stranger, 2 more pavement-like paths have been found parallel to the Bimini Wall. A lot of people thought they'd finally found the remnants of the long-lost Atlantis, but according to Plato, Atlantis should be around 9,000 years old, and Bimini Road is only a young 2,000 to 4,000 years old. In the book 1421, The Year China Discovered America, author Gavin Menzies claims the path belongs to the 1400s Chinese Imperial Fleet. The Jacuzzi of Despair. The Jacuzzi of Despair sounds incredibly ominous. A day's boat ride away from New Orleans will get you to the Gulf of Mexico and to what looks like something Hades will crawl out of. The Jacuzzi of Despair is 100 feet wide, 12 feet deep, and 3,300 feet below the surface. This otherworldly body of water looks like a lake or a river at the bottom of the ocean, and it's a toxic pocket. 5 times saltier than the ocean waters around it, the Jacuzzi of Despair is full of a deadly mix of chemicals like methane gas and hydrogen sulfide. It literally sucks the oxygen from the water and suffocates any unfortunate soul that thinks it's a good idea to go in for a dip. The extreme conditions are thought to be able to someday guide us to understand other worlds beyond our own. Number 4. Colossal Squid. The elusive colossal squid's existence remains baffling to all. It wasn't until recently that we thought giant squids were krakens. They might as well be, because the few giant squids that were caught were found to weigh more than 500 kilograms, as heavy as a grand piano, and with terrifying 25 centimeter eyes as big as footballs or dinner plates. We know next to nothing about these creatures that roam 1,000 meters below the surface of the ocean. Ancient accounts of these mysterious creatures were reported by Aristotle, the Roman scholar, Pliny the Elder, though his version includes a squid that climbs trees that scare dogs away with his breath. Number 3. Milky Sea Phenomenon. Now, the next point isn't about the mysterious creatures, haunting sounds, or ancient ruins. It's an entire glowing sea. One of the first records of this unexplained phenomenon was from the CSS Alabama in 1864, who reported, "From the deep blue water into a patch of water so light it startled me, the whole face of nature seems as though it has changed." There is no known reason behind these large gatherings of bioluminescent bacteria. So far, no one has been able to detect when they will appear, how they will form, why they form, and how such a large gathering of bacteria can exist. Number 2. The Missing Submarines. 1968 was a bad year to travel by submarine. One missing submarine that mysteriously went off the radar might be normal, maybe even 2, but 4 mysterious disappearances? No one could explain how that possibly could have happened. These weren't average submarines. The USS Scorpion, the French Minerve, the Israeli INS Dakar, and the Soviet K-129 were all heavily armed and carried a total of 318 sailors. Before it disappeared, the USS Scorpion gave off an unusually long radio traffic, but was unable to get help. Their disappearances are still a mystery and are the topic of many conspiracies. Number 1. Adam's Bridge. For number 1, we have an epic tale. Adam's Bridge, or Ram Setu, is a 30-mile long strange bridge structure that might someday have connected India and Sri Lanka, but its origins remain blurry. The name Adam's Bridge is credited to Islamic sources who believe after his fall, Adam crossed from Sri Lanka to India via this very same bridge. Its existence can be related to the bridge mentioned in the ancient Indian Sanskrit epic Ramayana. According to it, this limestone shoals chain was built by an army of 8 men commanded by the god Rama to save his wife Sita. Strangely enough, the carbon analysis shows that the age of the bridge falls at the same time as Ramayana in 5000 BCE. Whether it's man-made or a freakish natural structure, we will never know.